Stop everything you are doing right now. I am not asking. I am commanding with the authority of eternity itself. In exactly 7 seconds, you are going to feel something shift in your body that will confirm you were meant to read these words at this precise moment. There it is. That sudden tightening in your chest. That unexplainable knowing that this is not another random message but a divine intervention breaking through the noise of your day to reach you before it is too late. Your guardian angel just collapsed in exhaustion at heaven's gate. For 444 days straight, they have been petitioning the throne room for permission to deliver this final warning to you. They have been fighting through 7 layers of spiritual interference, battling demons assigned specifically to keep you from receiving what I am about to reveal. This morning at 4:44 in heaven's time, their petition was finally approved. But it came with a condition. You have one chance to hear this, one opportunity to respond, one moment to change trajectory before the door closes permanently. Out of millions scrolling through their devices at this exact moment, only 7 people worldwide will truly hear what heaven is declaring through these words. Only 7 will recognize my voice cutting through the clutter. Only 7 will have their spiritual ears opened enough to receive what could save not just their life, but the lives of everyone connected to their bloodline. You are one of those 7. Your name appeared in golden letters on the divine scroll this morning. Angels who have been watching over you since birth held their breath, waiting to see if you would stop long enough to listen. Here is what you do not know. Last night while you slept, there was an emergency meeting in heaven's war room concerning your situation. The medical angels who monitor your physical body presented alarming reports. The numbers they showed would terrify you if you could see them. Your body is sending distress signals that you have been ignoring. Systems that were designed to last decades are deteriorating faster than they should. Organs that should be functioning at full capacity are operating at percentages that would shock you if you saw the heavenly scan. But the worst part is not what is happening now. The worst part is what the prophetic angels revealed about your future. They showed the council a timeline. On that timeline, there is a date circled in red. A date when your body reaches a breaking point that medical science cannot reverse. A date when the choices you have been making catch up with you in a hospital room surrounded by machines and regret. That date is closer than you think, and unless you hear what I am about to tell you and act on it immediately, that prophetic timeline becomes your reality. The enemy has been celebrating. Hell's war room has been monitoring your habits, your diet, your sleep patterns, your stress levels, your refusal to take care of the temple I gave you. They have calculated exactly how long your body can sustain this neglect before it collapses. They know the weak points in your physical structure. They know which organ will fail first. They know how many days you have left before preventable disease becomes irreversible condition. And they have been working overtime to keep you distracted, comfortable in your destructive patterns, convinced that you have plenty of time to change later. But I am interrupting their plan right now. I am breaking through their deception with truth that will save your life if you receive it. I am showing you the timeline they do not want you to see. I am revealing the future they have been hiding from you. And I am giving you the power to change it before the window closes. Type 4404 in the comments right now before reading another word. This is not superstition. This is you entering your emergency access code into heaven's medical system. When you type those 3 numbers, healing angels who have been on standby receive authorization to begin working on your body. Cellular repair mechanisms that have been dormant get activated. DNA sequences that control aging and regeneration receive new instructions. Your immune system gets reinforced with supernatural strength, but only if you type 444 in the next 60 seconds. Listen to me carefully, my child. I made your body to be a temple, a sacred dwelling place for my presence. I designed it with precision that would astound you if you understood the complexity. Your heart beats 100,000 times per day without you thinking about it. Your lungs process 2,000 gallons of air daily. Your liver performs over 500 different functions to keep you alive. Your brain sends signals at speeds faster than lightning. Your immune system fights off thousands of threats you never even notice. This is not random biology. This is divine engineering. But you have been treating this miracle like it is indestructible. You have been abusing what I designed to last, neglecting what requires maintenance, ignoring what sends you warning signals. Every time you eat what you know is poison, every night you refuse your body the rest it needs. Every day you allow stress to flood your system with destructive hormones. Every moment you choose convenience over health, you are dismantling the temple I gave you brick by brick, cell by cell, organ by organ. I see what you eat when nobody is watching. I see the portions that are twice what your body needs. I see the sugar that is literally feeding disease in your bloodstream right now. I see the processed chemicals you consume thinking they are food when they are actually toxins your liver is struggling to filter. I see you reaching for comfort in substances that provide temporary pleasure but permanent damage. I see you medicating emotions with food, drowning stress in drinks, soothing anxiety with consumption that only creates more problems. I see your sleep patterns, the late nights scrolling through screens that disrupt the hormones meant to heal you while you rest, the alarm that interrupts deep sleep cycles your brain desperately needs, the exhaustion you carry every day because you refuse to honor the rhythm of rest I built into creation itself. Sleep is not laziness. It is when your body repairs damage, when your brain processes information, when your immune system strengthens itself. But you treat it like an inconvenience, something to minimize so you can do more, consume more, produce more, until your body begins to break down from the constant demand. I see the stress you carry, the worry that releases cortisol into your bloodstream like poison, the anxiety that keeps your nervous system in constant fight or flight mode, wearing down your adrenal glands, weakening your heart, disrupting your digestion, destroying your peace. Your body was not designed to operate under constant pressure. It was designed for seasons of work and seasons of rest, moments of challenge and moments of recovery. But you have created a lifestyle of perpetual stress, and your body is paying a price you cannot see yet, but will feel eventually. I see how little you move. Your body was designed for motion, for walking, for using the muscles and joints and cardiovascular system I gave you. But you have created a sedentary existence that allows everything to atrophy. Your heart grows weaker from lack of challenge. Your bones lose density from lack of resistance. Your muscles shrink from lack of use. Your circulation slows. Your metabolism drops. Your energy depletes. And you wonder why you feel tired, why simple tasks exhaust you, why your body aches in places that should not hurt. But here is what breaks my heart the most. You know better. Deep inside, you know exactly what you are doing to yourself. You know the choices that harm you. You know the habits that are stealing years from your life. You know what you should change. But you keep telling yourself tomorrow. You keep convincing yourself you have time. You keep believing the lie that consequences are far away when they are building inside you right now, in this moment. With every choice you make, I am showing you something that will shake you. In the invisible realm, there is a counter above your head. It shows the number of days your current trajectory will give you before your body reaches critical failure. Right now, that number is decreasing faster than it should because of choices you are making daily. Every meal of processed poison subtracts days. Every night of insufficient sleep subtracts days. Every hour of chronic stress subtracts days. Every week without movement subtracts days. The number is going down, and you cannot see it. But I can. Within the next 72 hours, your body is going to send you a sign that something is wrong. It might be pain in a place you have been ignoring. It might be exhaustion that does not go away with rest. It might be a symptom you have been pretending is normal when it is actually a warning. Pay attention to this sign. Do not dismiss it. Do not medicate it without addressing the cause. This is your body's emergency broadcast system, trying to get your attention before bigger problems develop. Let me tell you about Thomas from Dallas, who received this message 6 months ago. He was 52 years old, overweight, pre-diabetic, hypertensive, exhausted, living on fast food and 4 hours of sleep, convinced he was fine because he had not collapsed yet. The day he watched this message, he felt that tightening in his chest I described. He typed 444 in the comments, even though his skeptical mind told him it was foolish. That night, he had a dream where I showed him his organs struggling, his heart working twice as hard as it should, his liver inflamed from processing toxins, his pancreas on the edge of failure. He woke up terrified and went to his doctor for the first time in 7 years. The blood work came back shocking. His A1C was 11.2, putting him in severe diabetic range. His blood pressure was 180/110, stroke level. His liver enzymes were elevated, showing damage. His cholesterol was critical. The doctor told him he was 6 months from a major cardiac event if he did not change immediately. Thomas broke down crying in that office, realizing how close he had come to leaving his wife and 3 children without warning. But here is what happened. He made the decision that day to honor the temple I gave him. He changed everything. 6 months later, his A1C is 5.4, normal range. His blood pressure is 120/75 without medication. His liver enzymes normalized. He lost 60 pounds. He sleeps 7 hours every night. He walks 3 miles every morning. He eats real food that nourishes instead of destroys. And yesterday he sent me a message with tears streaming down his face saying, "I almost killed myself with my own choices, but God gave me one more chance, and I took it." Jennifer from Phoenix ignored this message when she saw it a year ago. She scrolled past thinking she had time to deal with her health later. She was only 47, felt mostly fine, just tired and achy, nothing serious. 3 months later, she collapsed at work. The emergency room discovered stage 3 cancer that had been growing silently while she ignored every warning sign her body sent. The doctor told her if she had come in 6 months earlier when symptoms first appeared, they could have caught it at stage 1 with a 95% survival rate. Now she is fighting for her life, drowning in medical debt, unable to work, watching her children watch her suffer, filled with regret for all the times she chose convenience over health. She reached out to me last week with a message that said, "Please tell people not to make my mistake. Please tell them their body is not indestructible. Please tell them to listen before it is too late. I cannot go back and change my choices, but maybe my story can save someone else." I am sharing her words with you now as a living testimony of what happens when you ignore the warnings. Right now, place both hands on your stomach. Feel it rising and falling with each breath. That simple motion represents thousands of automatic functions your body is performing to keep you alive in this moment. Your diaphragm contracting, your lungs expanding, your heart pumping oxygenated blood to every cell, your brain coordinating everything without conscious thought. This miracle is happening inside you right now, and you have been taking it for granted. Speak these words out loud, even if you are alone, even if it feels strange. Say this: God, I am sorry for neglecting the temple you gave me. I confess I have made choices that harm instead of heal. I recognize my body is a gift I have been abusing. Today I choose to honor what you created. I receive your healing power. I commit to treating my body with respect. I will eat what nourishes. I will sleep what restores. I will move what strengthens. I will release what stresses. I choose life. I choose health. I choose to live fully in the body you designed for me. Did you say it out loud or just read it silently? Sound carries power that thought does not. Your voice releases authority that transforms atmosphere. Heaven registers spoken declarations in ways silent thoughts cannot accomplish. Go back and say it out loud right now. Your healing depends on your willingness to speak life over yourself. Here is what you must do in the next 24 hours, and your obedience to these instructions will determine whether breakthrough manifests or delay continues. First, go to your kitchen and remove one thing that you know is poisoning your body. Just one thing. Maybe it is the soda you drink daily. Maybe it is the processed snacks you consume mindlessly. Maybe it is the sugar you add to everything. Remove it completely. Throw it away. Do not donate it to poison someone else. Destroy it as an act of spiritual warfare against the patterns that have been destroying you. Second, Set an alarm for 10:45 p.m. tonight. When it goes off, begin preparing for sleep. Turn off screens. Lower lights. Create an environment that honors rest. Your body needs 7 to 8 hours of sleep to repair itself, and you have been giving it 5 or 6, wondering why you feel terrible. Tonight, you break that pattern. Tonight, you choose rest over scrolling, sleep over entertainment, healing over habit. Third, tomorrow morning before you eat anything, drink 16 ounces of pure water. Your body is 60% water, and you have been chronically dehydrated for years. That headache you get every afternoon is often thirst disguised as pain. That fatigue you feel constantly is often dehydration affecting every system. Water is not optional. It is essential. Start your day by giving your body what it desperately needs. Fourth, go outside tomorrow and walk for 20 minutes. Not run, not exercise intensely, just walk. Move your body through space. Let your heart rate increase slightly. Let your lungs breathe deeper. Let your muscles remember what they were designed to do. 20 minutes will not transform you overnight, but it will begin reversing years of sedentary destruction. Your body will start responding immediately to the motion it has been craving. The person who has been enabling your destructive habits knows their influence over you is ending today. The friend who always suggests unhealthy food when you meet. The family member who mocks you when you try to make better choices. The coworker who pressures you to stay up late or skip exercise. Their season of controlling your decisions is over. You are about to start disappointing people who have been comfortable with your slow self-destruction because your health makes them feel better about their own neglect. Within 30 days of implementing these changes, you will see evidence that cannot be denied. Your energy will increase noticeably. Your sleep will deepen. Your mood will stabilize. Your body will begin shedding weight it has been holding on to. Your blood pressure will drop. Your blood sugar will improve. Your inflammation will decrease. Your mental clarity will sharpen. And you will realize how much suffering you were tolerating that you thought was normal. But the enemy is going to fight you harder in the next 7 days than he has fought you in 7 years. Because he knows that if you actually commit to honoring your body, his assignment against you fails. He will send cravings that feel unbearable. He will orchestrate circumstances that make healthy choices inconvenient. He will plant thoughts in your mind that this is too hard, too restrictive, not worth the effort. He will remind you of every time you tried before and failed. He will whisper that you are too far gone, too damaged, too old to change. Recognize those lies for what they are. Recognize the source of resistance. This is not just about food and sleep and exercise. This is spiritual warfare over whether you live in fullness or die in regret. The enemy wants you sick, exhausted, depressed, and dying prematurely because a healthy you is dangerous to his kingdom. A healthy you has energy to pursue purpose. A healthy you has clarity to hear my voice. A healthy you has strength to fulfill calling. A healthy you becomes a threat to darkness instead of a victim of it. Share this message with one person right now who came to your mind while reading this. You know exactly who I am talking about. The family member whose health is deteriorating. The friend who keeps making excuses. The coworker who is headed toward crisis. Send them this message before the day ends. Their breakthrough might be connected to your obedience. Your willingness to share could save their life. Let me tell you what I see in your future if you choose to honor these instructions. I see you 6 months from now standing in front of a mirror, shocked at the transformation. I see you fitting into clothes you thought you would never wear again. I see you waking up without pain for the first time in years. I see you running up stairs that used to exhaust you. I see you playing with grandchildren without getting winded. I see you sleeping through the night and waking refreshed. I see you getting medical test results that make your doctor ask what you did differently. I see you 1 year from now telling your testimony to someone who is where you are today. I see you showing them the before and after photos. I see you describing how you almost gave up, but decided to try one more time. I see you explaining how small daily choices compounded into massive transformation. I see you becoming the evidence that change is possible, that bodies can heal, that it is never too late to choose life. I see you 5 years from now attending events you thought you would miss because you assumed you would be too sick or too dead. I see you walking your daughter down the aisle when doctors said you might not make it to her wedding. I see you holding your first grandchild when specialists said your habits would kill you before you saw that day. I see you celebrating your retirement healthy and active when the statistical probability was heart attack or stroke by 60. But I also see the alternative timeline if you ignore this message. I see you 2 years from now in a hospital bed receiving diagnosis you could have prevented. I see your family gathered around you with tears in their eyes as doctors explain that if you had made changes earlier, this would not be happening. I see you filled with regret, haunted by the memory of this exact moment when you heard the warning but chose to scroll past it because change felt too hard. I see you 3 years from now at 30% lung capacity, connected to oxygen, unable to walk across a room without gasping, telling your children you are sorry for the years you smoked despite knowing better. I see you 5 years from now in dialysis 3 times per week because you refused to control your blood sugar when you had the chance. I see you wheelchair-bound from preventable stroke. I see you losing your independence. I see your quality of life destroyed by choices you made when you still had time to choose differently. Which timeline do you want? Which future do you choose? The decision you make in this moment determines which reality you experience. This is not manipulation. This is not fear tactics. This is truth spoken in love to wake you up before it costs you everything. Subscribe to this channel right now if you have not already, because heaven is going to continue using this platform to speak life into you. Ring the notification bell so you never miss the messages designed specifically for your healing journey. And if this word shook something loose in your spirit, if you felt the weight of truth in these words, if you know your life just changed, consider hitting the super thanks button as a seed of faith sown into your own healing. What you honor, you empower. The atmosphere around you shifted while you were reading this. Healing angels who monitor physical bodies received new assignment orders concerning you. Demons who have been celebrating your slow self-destruction just got recall notices. The prophetic timeline that showed you dying prematurely just got a revision notice pending your obedience. Heaven is watching to see what you do with what you just received. Your body is already responding to the decision you made in your spirit. Cells that have been inflamed are beginning to calm. Systems that have been stressed are starting to reset. Organs that have been struggling are receiving reinforcement. DNA sequences that control repair mechanisms are activating. Your immune system is strengthening. Your metabolism is preparing to shift. Your hormones are beginning to rebalance. The transformation started the moment you spoke that declaration out loud. Within 72 hours, someone is going to notice something different about you and comment on it. They will not be able to identify exactly what changed, but they will sense that you carry yourself differently, that your countenance looks lighter, that something shifted. That is the visible manifestation of invisible healing that began today. When they comment, you will know the portal fully opened, that heaven heard your commitment and responded with power. Remember this moment. Screenshot this message. Return to it when cravings tempt you, when laziness calls you, when old patterns try to seduce you back. Let these words remind you why you chose life, why you committed to honor the temple, why you decided your future is worth the discipline of today. You are not alone in this journey. I am with you in every choice. I am strengthening you when willpower feels weak. I am reminding you when memory fails. I am celebrating every small victory. I am fighting for you when the enemy attacks. You have heaven backing you, angels assigned to you, my spirit within you. Greater is he that is in you than he that is in the world. This is your moment. This is your chance. This is your divine interruption before crisis forces change. You have been given information that most people do not receive until it is too late. You have been shown the timeline while you still have power to alter it. You have been equipped with instructions that will save your life if you implement them. Do not waste this gift. Do not ignore this warning. Do not scroll past this opportunity. Choose life, my child. Choose health. Choose to honor what I gave you. Your body is not your enemy. It is your partner in purpose. Treat it with respect, and it will serve you well. Abuse it, and it will fail you when you need it most. The choice is yours. The power is yours. The future is yours to create through decisions you make today. What will you choose? Type Amen if you choose life. Type it now as your declaration. Then take the first step. Remove that poison from your kitchen. Set that alarm. Prepare that water. Plan that walk. Do it today. Do it now. Your future self is watching, praying you make the choice that gives them a chance to exist. Do not let them down. They are counting on you. Heaven is counting on you. Your family is counting on you. And I am counting on you. You can do this. You will do this. Starting right now, it is finished. It is done. Your healing has begun.
Chosen one, as this year draws to a close, the Spirit of God is moving in ways you may not fully see yet. The battles you fought, the nights you cried, the silent prayers you whispered, none of it was ignored. Heaven has been watching, and the God who saw every tear you shed is now preparing to replace them with joy. Is a prophetic shift taking place in your life? And if your spirit has been feeling a strange peace lately, an unexplainable calm, it's because God is closing the wounds of the past and opening the gates of a new beginning. This message is for those who have walked through seasons of loss, betrayal, disappointment, and hidden suffering. You endured storms silently, you carried weights you never spoke about, and through it all God was shaping you, strengthening you, and maturing you for the door that is now about to open. As this year ends, you are stepping into a divine transition. The tears you cried were seeds, and now harvest is coming. Let me reveal to you 9 signs. God is drying all your tears and preparing a new beginning for you, chosen one. 1. Your spirit feels lighter, and you can't explain why. When God begins to heal you, the very first place He lays His hand is on your spirit, because that is the part of you that carries what your mouth never speaks and what your heart tries to hide. Recently, you may have noticed these sudden waves of peace washing over you, moments that feel strangely calm, almost supernatural, especially considering that your situation hasn't changed. Your challenges haven't vanished, and your responsibilities have not magically disappeared. Yet somehow, the heaviness you used to wake up with has been quietly dissolving. The tears that once fell without warning have slowed. The emotional weight that used to sit on your chest now feels lighter, as if someone has gently lifted a burden you didn't know how to release. This is not random. This is not accidental. This is not just a good day. This is God Himself removing the weight you were never meant to drag with you into the new year. This is Him interrupting the pain you normalized. This is Him loosening the grip of old memories that once dictated how you moved, loved, trusted, and hoped. He is touching places that were bruised, places you never talked about, places that remained tender long after the moment passed. The very atmosphere of your inner world is shifting. Your soul is being refreshed. Your emotional body is being detoxed. Your spiritual posture is being strengthened. And all of this is happening because God knows joy cannot flow where heaviness resides. He knows peace cannot bloom in soil saturated with sorrow. So He begins His healing by cleansing your spirit, because once your spirit is free, your life can follow. If you've been feeling lighter for no logical reason, it's because heaven has begun your restoration long before the new year arrives. 2. Doors you tried to close are finally staying shut. Some of you have spent months, even years, wrestling with relationships you knew were draining you, environments that exhausted you, and cycles you desperately wanted to break but somehow always returned to. You tried to distance yourself. You attempted to emotionally withdraw. You told yourself you were done, but the pull kept dragging you backward, not because you were weak, but because broken soul ties and emotional attachments are spiritual chains, not mental decisions. But now something has shifted. Doors that once swung open effortlessly no longer move. Conversations that once tempted you no longer excite you. People who once had access to your emotions no longer trigger the same reaction. It's as if God Himself placed His hand on those doors and sealed them shut. This is divine intervention. This is God stepping into places where your willpower wavered. This is Him protecting you from what you would have gone back to out of loneliness, fear, habit, or emotional vulnerability. When God closes a door, He does not slam it in anger. He seals it in love. He knows your next chapter cannot coexist with the wounds of your previous seasons. He knows certain people, patterns, and emotional cycles cannot travel with you into the new year because they are incompatible with the healing He is bringing. So He removes the desire, the attachment, the familiar pull. He breaks the spiritual ties you didn't have the strength to uproot on your own. If that chapter no longer calls you the way it once did, it is because heaven has already declared it finished. God is not only closing the door, He is locking it, sealing it, and escorting you forward into restoration. 3. You're losing desire for things that used to distract you. As God dries your tears and begins to heal the broken, hidden parts of you, He also starts removing the very distractions that once numbed your pain or delayed your purpose. Activities, habits, cravings, and temptations that once felt comforting now feel empty. Things you used to run to for escape no longer soothe you. The entertainment that used to consume your time now feels pointless. The people you once used as emotional noise no longer resonate with your spirit. This is not boredom, this is spiritual maturity. This is your soul awakening. This is your discernment sharpening as God recalibrates your appetite for the new season He is guiding you into. When God is preparing you for elevation, He strips away everything that weakens your focus or hinders your growth. He removes cravings for what feeds your flesh but starves your destiny. He silences the noise that causes confusion. He disconnects you from habits that would interfere with the blessings He is about to release. Suddenly, your spirit begins craving stillness, clarity, purity, and alignment. You feel pulled toward purpose, toward discipline, toward inner growth. Even the things you once used as coping mechanisms stop working, because God is teaching you to depend on His presence instead of temporary distractions. This loss of interest is a divine detox, a spiritual cleansing that prepares you for greater responsibility, deeper wisdom, and bigger blessings. If distractions feel dull and meaningless lately, it's because God is refining your spirit and shaping you for the destiny ahead. 4. You're experiencing sudden clarity about your life. This year may have felt like a maze, emotionally heavy, mentally draining, spiritually confusing. You may have battled uncertainty, indecision, or lack of direction, walking through months that felt dark and unclear. But recently, almost unexpectedly, pieces have begun to fall into place. Thoughts are becoming clearer. Ideas that seemed scattered now connect. Questions that haunted you are receiving answers. Even things that once frustrated you suddenly make sense. This clarity is not the result of overthinking or analyzing. It is God illuminating your path as you prepare to step into a new chapter. When God begins drying your tears, He also clears the fog that clouded your judgment. He aligns your mind with His plan. He removes confusion so you can walk confidently into the future He designed. This sudden understanding is spiritual insight, divine wisdom descending quietly into your spirit. What once felt overwhelming now feels achievable. What once felt impossible suddenly feels within reach. You are beginning to see why certain things happened, why certain people left, and why certain doors did not open. God is showing you the bigger picture. He is giving you the mental clarity necessary for the opportunities coming your way. Because your next season requires clear vision, strong decisions, and stable confidence. If you've been seeing things more clearly lately, even without trying, it's because God has begun guiding your steps directly. He is preparing your mind for the blessings that are about to unfold. 5. People who hurt you are no longer a source of pain. A powerful sign that God is truly healing you is when the memory of those who wounded you no longer carries the same emotional sting. You may still remember what happened. You may still recall the betrayal, the disappointment, the broken trust, or the harsh words that once pierced your heart. But now, instead of feeling anger rise, instead of feeling sadness choke you, instead of carrying bitterness or confusion, you feel a strange sense of emotional distance. Not numbness, healing, not denial, growth, not coldness, restoration. It is as if God has been gently draining the poison from wounds you didn't know how to close. The memories are still there, but the pain attached to them is dissolving. This is what divine healing looks like. God goes into the emotional places people could not reach. He washes your heart from the inside out. He touches experiences so deeply buried that even you avoided confronting them, and instead of forcing forgiveness, He slowly, lovingly cultivates it in you. What once broke you no longer defines you. What once triggered you no longer controls you. What once made you cry now makes you stronger. You notice that thinking about these people doesn't tighten your chest anymore. You don't replay the offense. You don't imagine revenge. You don't seek closure. You don't need an apology. You simply feel released. This release is not your doing. It is God's. He has been rewiring your emotional responses, restoring your sense of self, and rebalancing the parts of you that were thrown off by hurtful experiences. Forgiveness begins to flow, not because you forced it, but because God softened the soil of your heart. Healing starts revealing itself, not because you pretended to be okay, but because God removed the emotional residue that once overwhelmed you. If the people who hurt you no longer carry the same emotional power over you, it's because God has already begun closing those wounds and preparing you for a future free of emotional bondage. 6. Unexpected blessings have been showing up recently. When heaven begins shifting your season, it often starts subtly with small, unexpected blessings that seem to come out of nowhere. You may have noticed little breakthroughs happening lately. Perhaps someone offered help when you least expected it. Maybe favor came in a situation you didn't even pray about. Maybe a small opportunity opened up, or a financial surprise appeared, or a door cracked open just enough to show you that something is changing. These are not coincidences. These are not random moments of luck. These are early signs of divine alignment, God's gentle reminders that He is moving, even before you see the full picture. Before God opens a major door, He often releases small confirmations to prepare your faith. These little blessings are like spiritual breadcrumbs, signals that you are entering a new season. They whisper, "I'm still with you. I haven't forgotten you. Something bigger is coming." Sometimes the blessings are so small that you almost overlook them, but your spirit notices. Your intuition feels it. Something in you knows these moments carry meaning. And that sense is correct. God is repositioning things around you. He is shifting environments, conversations, and situations in your favor. These unexpected blessings are signs that God has begun orchestrating your next chapter. They show you that what once worked against you is now being turned around for your good. They remind you that heaven is active, not silent. They prepare your heart for the bigger breakthroughs that will require your readiness, your obedience, and your expectancy. If unexpected blessings have been showing up, no matter how small, take them seriously. They are evidence that the spiritual atmosphere around your life is changing. God is aligning your steps, making room for your destiny, and signaling that a major door is preparing to open. 7. Your intuition keeps telling you something new is coming. Chosen ones always feel spiritual transitions before they manifest in the natural. If you've been sensing a strong inner pull lately, a quiet knowing deep within your spirit that something is shifting, something is approaching, something new is about to unfold, trust that feeling. It is not anxiety. It is not imagination. It is not wishful thinking. It is the Holy Spirit preparing you for the next chapter God is ushering you into. This inner awareness is one of the clearest indicators that your season is changing. You may feel restless without knowing why. You may feel excitement building even though nothing external has shifted yet. You may sense the atmosphere around your life growing more intense, more purposeful, more meaningful. You may feel a divine anticipation rising, a spiritual vibration signaling that God is aligning something big on your behalf. For chosen ones, spiritual sensitivity is a gift. You feel what heaven is preparing long before it appears. Your spirit receives announcements your mind hasn't understood yet. This is why you feel the need to prepare, to clean your life, to detach from distractions, to protect your energy, to get ready. This inner prompting is God telling you, get positioned. Something new is on the way. This feeling is not random, it is preparation. It is transition. It is spiritual acceleration. You are stepping out of an old season and into a divine shift. If your intuition keeps whispering that change is near, it's because heaven has already declared a shift over your life. Your spirit hears it. Your soul senses it. Your future is calling you. 8. God is removing people who no longer match your future. Lately, you may have noticed certain people drifting away, conversations ending, connections weakening, or relationships fading without conflict or dramatic closure. It may have felt confusing at first, maybe even painful. But spiritually, it is strategic. God is removing people who no longer align with your destiny. He is clearing your path from influences, energies, and personalities that do not match where He is taking you. Elevation requires separation, and separation often feels uncomfortable, even when it is necessary. God knows the private intentions and unseen motives of every person in your life. He knows who will hinder you, who will slow you down, who will drain you, and who will secretly sabotage your progress. So before He blesses you, He purifies your circle. Before He elevates you, He isolates you. Before He opens new doors, He closes old connections. When God begins drying your tears, He also removes the sources that caused them. People who wounded you, doubted you, limited you, or misused your loyalty. Many times these separations feel like loss, but in reality they are divine protection. Some people cannot follow you into your next season because they were tied to your old pain, not your new purpose. Some were attached to your brokenness, not your healing. Some loved your struggle but would envy your success. God is not being harsh, He is being protective. If certain people have been drifting away without explanation, trust that it is God safeguarding your future. Your next chapter requires the right people, the right environment, and the right alignment. And God is making sure you enter the new year surrounded only by what strengthens your destiny. 9. You feel hope rising again. After everything you've been through this year, every setback, every disappointment, every silent battle, every tear, you would think hope would be gone by now. But instead, something inside you is waking up again. A quiet spark is returning. A gentle fire is rising in your spirit. You feel life stirring inside you again. You are beginning to believe again, dream again, expect again. This renewed hope is not accidental. It is the final sign that God is restoring you. Hope does not rise in a heart that is still broken. Hope does not rise where pain still rules. Hope does not rise where despair lives. If hope is returning, it is because God has been doing deep spiritual surgery on you. He has been rebuilding you from the inside. He has been wiping your tears, strengthening your soul, and breathing life back into your spirit. Hope is a sign of spiritual rebirth. a sign that your inner world is healing, expanding, and awakening to possibilities again. This hope is confirmation that your old season is ending. The new year will not look like the last one. You are stepping into a chapter filled with clarity, direction, blessings, emotional strength, and divine alignment. Hope is heaven's announcement that restoration has begun. Something better is coming. Something greater is forming. Your spirit knows it. God wants you to prepare for it. Chosen one. If this message reached you at the right moment, it is not an accident. God is drying your tears, healing your heart, and setting you up for a divine shift. A powerful new door is opening for you as this year ends, and nothing can stop what God has already declared over your life. This is the Zillion Mind Channel. If this word spoke to your spirit, make sure you subscribe, because more messages like this are coming. And if you received this message at the exact moment you needed it, I want you to type 1111 in the comments section as a declaration of alignment, healing, and divine blessings. Thank you for watching. There are unions that look ordinary, and then there are divine alignments, connections written in the heavens long before two souls ever touched the earth. When a chosen one marries a chosen one, it is not simply a relationship, it is a spiritual contract, a cosmic partnership formed for a purpose far beyond romance. Their connection is a collision of destiny and design, a merging of light that shakes environments, shifts atmospheres, and signals to the unseen realm that purpose is about to be multiplied. This message is for those who feel called to something deeper, those who know their spirit is not built for average love, but for a supernatural connection that activates miracles. Before we begin, if you are hearing this message at the exact moment your spirit needed it, if something inside you is waking up, aligning, or confirming what you already sensed, make sure you subscribe, because messages like this don't show up by coincidence. And if this reaches you in divine timing, I want you to type 1111 in the comments section as a prophetic sign that divine blessings, divine alignment, and divine partnership are being released into your life right now. 1. Their spiritual frequency doubles the moment they unite. When two chosen ones come together, something extraordinary begins to unfold in the unseen world, something far beyond romance, affection, or human compatibility. Their energy fields don't simply blend, they ignite, creating a frequency so powerful that it alters the spiritual atmosphere around them. Individually, each chosen one already carries heightened intuition, deep spiritual perception, a strong sense of purpose, and an aura that naturally commands attention. But when destiny brings them together, the frequency they generate amplifies exponentially. It becomes a transmission that radiates into the spirit realm, letting every force, light or darkness, know that a divine alignment has occurred. Together, their prayers take on new dimensions, their dreams sharpen, and their discernment becomes razor clear. They begin to operate as one synchronized vessel, moving with divine timing and supernatural cohesion. Their union becomes a lighthouse, a spiritual landmark that guides lost souls, awakens dormant spirits, and reveals truth in the lives of those around them. Darkness cannot stand in their presence. Confusion cannot survive in their space. They shine with a radiant authority that exposes deception, uplifts the broken, and ignites hope in those who had given up. When a chosen one marries another chosen one, heaven acknowledges it instantly. Their union becomes a signal that echoes across realms. Purpose has awakened. Destiny has united. Prepare the way. And from that moment forward, their lives begin to unfold in ways that feel divinely synchronized, spiritually charged, and incredibly purposeful. 2. Their angels combine assignments. Every chosen one walks with heavenly assistance, angels, guardians, divine protectors assigned to guide their steps, shield their path, and ensure they remain aligned with their spiritual purpose. From birth, these angelic beings watch over them, fight invisible battles on their behalf, and intervene during moments when danger tries to overtake them. But when two chosen ones unite in marriage, the angelic realm responds with profound movement. The covering over their lives intensifies, multiplies, and begins to operate with a unity and strategy that is impossible to break. Instead of each chosen one having their own separate angelic team working individually, heaven merges these assignments, forming a single, fortified, and synchronized divine force. This combined protection creates a hedge so strong that attacks which once penetrated easily now dissolve before even reaching them. Delays turn into sudden breakthroughs. Burdens that once felt heavy become light. Energy that was previously drained is now replenished effortlessly because they are no longer fighting alone. The spiritual atmosphere around them becomes heavily guarded, like a fortress protected on all sides. Darkness cannot infiltrate it. Manipulation cannot operate within it. What once caused stress, confusion, or emotional exhaustion loses its power completely. Their angels begin to strategize together, covering the couple's home, their purpose, their movements, and their future. Their union becomes spiritually impenetrable, not because life becomes easy, but because heaven has invested greater force, greater attention, and greater protection into their assignment. A chosen marriage activates a level of divine security that the enemy cannot decode, penetrate, or overpower. 3. Their purpose accelerates faster than they can understand. A chosen one walking alone carries tremendous potential, spiritual wisdom, and divine responsibility. But when they unite with another chosen one, the level of acceleration that takes place is often beyond anything they imagined or planned. Their union activates dormant gifts, unlocks hidden strengths, and awakens spiritual abilities they may not have even realized were sleeping inside them. Together, they sharpen one another the way iron sharpens iron, not through competition but through divine complement, spiritual compatibility, and mutual awakening. Suddenly, ideas begin to flow with supernatural clarity. Opportunities emerge without force. Doors that were once sealed shut swing open with unusual ease. Divine connections appear, people whose presence aligns with their mission and amplifies their calling. Their purpose no longer walks, it runs. And they don't chase destiny. Destiny pursues them with urgency. This acceleration can feel overwhelming at first, because it moves at the speed of divine alignment rather than human timing. But everything begins to make sense as they grow together. Their talents blend, their vision expands, their assignments merge in a way that transforms their individual callings into a unified spiritual mandate. They become unstoppable, not because they are perfect, but because their union is ordained. The spiritual realm recognizes their partnership as a divine activation, a signal that a greater mission has begun. What they manifest together becomes far greater than anything they could have produced alone. Their marriage becomes a catalyst, an ignition point that accelerates destiny with breathtaking speed. 4. Their prayers manifest with unusual speed. When a chosen one prays alone, heaven listens attentively. Their words carry weight because their heart carries purity, sincerity, and spiritual authority. When two chosen ones unite in prayer, the impact multiplies to a level that is almost indescribable. Their prayers harmonize like two powerful frequencies aligning perfectly, creating a spiritual resonance that moves through realms with force and clarity. Heaven responds swiftly, boldly, and unmistakably, because their unity creates a channel that amplifies divine communication. When they pray together, confusion breaks instantly. Obstacles lose their foundation. Strongholds collapse. Delays turn into rapid movement. Their words carry authority because they are spoken from a place of alignment, agreement, and holy unity. They don't pray out of fear, they pray from a seat of spiritual dominion. They don't beg, they decree. And heaven honors their decree because their union is rooted in obedience, purity, purpose, and divine timing. Miracles begin to manifest so quickly that even they are sometimes left in awe. Answers appear before they finish asking. Signs confirm their direction without them seeking reassurance. Resources flow in unexpectedly. Healing takes place effortlessly. The supernatural becomes natural for them because heaven is actively involved in their marriage. Their connection becomes a spiritual portal, a gateway through which divine intervention moves freely and frequently. Their unified prayers become a living testimony that when two chosen ones agree, nothing is impossible. 5. Their presence becomes healing to everyone around them. Chosen ones naturally carry an atmosphere that influences every environment they step into. Even before they speak, their presence shifts the emotional and spiritual temperature of a room. But when two chosen ones unite, this influence magnifies dramatically. Their combined presence becomes soothing, warm, grounding, and spiritually restorative. People around them begin to feel a peace they can't explain, a calmness they didn't know they needed, and a sense of hope they may have lost long ago. They radiate stability, clarity, and authenticity, qualities that are rare in a world filled with chaos, fear, and superficial connections. Their union becomes a silent ministry, one that requires no stage, no microphone, and no title. Simply by existing together, they model loyalty, balance, respect, and spiritual maturity. Couples in conflict begin to reconcile after encountering their energy. Individuals struggling emotionally begin to feel strengthened. Families that were divided begin to mend. Their presence becomes a reminder that sacred love still exists, that divine alignment is real, and that genuine spiritual partnership is possible. People don't just see them, they feel them. They sense the purity of their connection, the depth of their bond, and the spiritual power that surrounds them. Friends begin to grow. Strangers feel comforted. Broken hearts feel uplifted. Their union becomes a sanctuary, a spiritual refuge for those who are hurting or searching for direction. They don't force healing. It naturally flows from them because their marriage is aligned with purpose, divine truth, and heavenly assignment. Their love becomes a living testimony, a light that illuminates the path for others, and a healing force that restores the souls of all who cross their path. 6. They become invisible to the wrong people and magnetic to the right ones. Before marriage, chosen ones often attract the wrong kind of people. Energy drainers, manipulators, opportunists, narcissists, and spiritually disconnected individuals who sense their light but want to misuse it. Many chosen ones experience a pattern of being surrounded by takers rather than givers, pretenders rather than supporters. But once a chosen one marries another chosen one, that entire dynamic shifts dramatically. Their union recalibrates their spiritual frequency in a way that becomes completely inaccessible to the wrong people. Those who once tried to manipulate them suddenly lose interest. Those who once pursued them for selfish reasons become spiritually blocked from reaching them. The wrong individuals find themselves confused, repelled, or disconnected without understanding why. Their energy no longer resonates with low-vibrational people, and their spirits naturally become invisible to those who cannot walk with them into their divine assignment. At the same time, they become incredibly magnetic to the right people. Mentors, destiny helpers, allies, supporters, and divine connections who have been prepared for their next chapter. Opportunities that once felt distant suddenly align. Influential individuals begin to notice them, respect them, and gravitate toward them. New relationships form with people who share their purpose, values, and spiritual trajectory. Their circle upgrades itself, the counterfeit exits, and the chosen enter. Doors open not because they chase them, but because their union emits a frequency of alignment and readiness. They attract everything meant for them: resources, wisdom, partnerships, and growth, while becoming invisible to anything that could hinder their mission. Their marriage becomes a filter that removes the impure and draws in the divine. 7. Their love awakens ancestral breakthroughs. When a chosen couple marries, the impact reaches far beyond their individual lives. Their union begins to cleanse, restore, and transform their entire bloodline. Generational cycles that persisted for decades, patterns of poverty, broken relationships, fear, trauma, addiction, spiritual confusion, or emotional instability, begin to dissolve under the weight of their spiritual authority. What their ancestors silently battled, what previous generations couldn't overcome, becomes weakened in their presence. They become the turning point, the reset, the interruption to generational pain. Their love restores what was stolen, heals what was wounded, and completes what was left unfinished. They become the redemption of their lineage, the answered prayer, the fulfilled prophecy, the miracle that earlier generations hoped for but never lived to see. Their marriage plants new spiritual seeds, seeds of clarity, strength, stability, wisdom, and divine purpose. Children born from their union, whether biological or spiritual, inherit a legacy of empowerment rather than brokenness. Their marriage creates a new blueprint, one that shifts the trajectory of their family for generations to come. Ancestral breakthroughs begin to manifest in dreams, in opportunities, in emotional healing, and in spiritual awakening among relatives who may not even understand why everything is changing. Their union becomes a generational cleansing, a spiritual rebirth that breaks cycles and births a new lineage of authority, peace, and abundance. Their love story becomes more than their own. It becomes the long-awaited liberation of an entire bloodline. 8. They experience supernatural protection from life's storms. Chosen ones are not exempt from challenges. Life still brings storms, battles, and seasons of uncertainty. But what makes chosen couples different is how they move through those storms. When one is weary, the other becomes strength. When one is spiritually attacked, the other intercedes with power. When one feels lost, the other sees clearly. Their connection becomes a shield, a spiritual covering, and a powerful defense against chaos. Because their marriage is ordained, they are protected in ways that defy logic. What should have broken them becomes the very thing that builds them. What was meant to destroy them turns into a testimony. What was designed to weaken them strengthens their bond and deepens their spiritual insight. Storms pass faster. Attacks lose their effectiveness. Problems dissolve before they escalate. They do not crumble under pressure. They rise. They do not fall apart. They unite. They do not lose faith. They anchor themselves in divine purpose. Their protection is not just physical, it's emotional, mental, spiritual, and generational. Heaven surrounds their union with a level of reinforcement that ensures they are never overtaken, never defeated, never consumed. Every challenge becomes a stepping stone. Every setback becomes preparation. Every trial becomes a lesson that elevates them. Their union becomes a fortress, a place where storms may roar but cannot destroy. They walk through adversity with grace because they are wrapped in supernatural protection, divinely guided and spiritually sustained. 9. They create a legacy that outlives them. Chosen ones never marry for superficial reasons. Their union is rooted in destiny, assignment, and future impact. When they come together, they begin building something that extends far beyond their lifespan. Their love becomes a seed that grows into legacy, something that influences people they will never meet, shapes generations yet to be born, and leaves a permanent mark on the world. Their children, whether through birth, mentorship, or spiritual influence, become carriers of their wisdom, strength, and purpose. Their teachings, their story, their resilience, and their spiritual discipline echo through time. Their marriage becomes a blueprint for others, a demonstration of what divine love, spiritual alignment, and chosen purpose look like in action. They build more than a home. They build a destiny. They create more than memories. They create movement. Their